Ada, something happened to Thomas J. last night.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most devastating character deaths that take place off screen. Obviously, this list reveals some major plot points, so a spoiler alert is in effect.
Oh. He didn't know.
Number 10, Newt and Hicks, Alien 3.
A 337 model EEV crash landed here at 0600 on the morning watch. There was one survivor, 2 dead, and a droid that was hopelessly smashed beyond repair.
When fans found out Sigourney Weaver's battle against the acid-blooded xenomorphs was not over, they eagerly awaited the 3rd installment of the Alien series. Last we left Lieutenant Ripley, she had safely escaped in a spacecraft with Corporal Hicks and her surrogate daughter, Newt.
Can I dream?
Yes, honey. I think we both can.
The noticeably darker in tone Alien 3 opens with Ripley's escape pod landing on a penal colony. Newt and Hicks are revealed to have perished in that crash. Fans who were eager to see the deepening of Ripley's relationship with Newt were left devastated and confused by the choice to kill the character before the main titles were even over.
Where are the others?
They didn't make it.
What?
They didn't survive.
Number 9, Luell and Moss, No Country for Old Men. The Coen brothers' 2007 neo-western follows a veteran, played by Josh Brolin, who stumbles upon a mislaid pile of cash from an aborted drug deal. He finds himself the target of a vicious and cold-blooded hitman as a result.
You've seen him. Man, you're not dead. Huh.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
No, I don't think that's how I'd describe him.
How would you describe him?
I guess I'd say he doesn't have a sense of humor.
Moss dies in an off-screen shootout at a motel, where his body is found by Sheriff Ed Tom Bell. Like many Coen protagonists, Llewellyn's not exactly a model citizen who makes incredible decisions, but he's devoted to his wife, Carla Jean.
Big talk.
Keep it up.
Fine. I don't want to know. I don't even want to know where you've been all day.
That'll work.
It's exactly that quality that makes his death all the more depressing. The fact that the Coens don't let us see it leaves us to focus less on the gunplay and more on the tragedy of the story.
That don't make sense. You gave your word to my husband to kill me?
Your husband had the opportunity to save you. Instead, he used you to try to save himself.
Number 8, Tom Robinson, To Kill a Mockingbird.
In the name of God. Do your duty.
This Harper Lee adaptation stars Gregory Peck as Atticus Finch, the lawyer defending a black man in the Jim Crow South. Accused of attacking a local white girl, Atticus's client, Tom Robinson, is found guilty despite mounting evidence pointing to his innocence. Atticus later learns Tom was killed while supposedly trying to escape prison.
The deputy says Tom just ran like a crazy man.
But keeping Tom's death off-screen leaves enough room for doubt. Did he really try to flee, or was he murdered in retaliation? We'll never know. However, the trial has broken open the truth about how deep racism and hatred goes in this community, and we can never trust the official story again.
There's a black man dead for no reason. Now the man responsible for it is dead. Let the dead bury the dead this time, Mr. Finch.
Number 7, Leslie Burke, Bridge to Terabithia.
Apparently she tried to swing across on a rope and it broke. They think she hit her head.
Adapted from a beloved children's book, this movie follows 2 middle schoolers who invent an imaginary kingdom in the woods. Jess and Leslie find a refuge from their loneliness for a while, but then the real world comes crashing in. One day, Jess comes home to find out his friend died playing in the woods without him.
I'm sorry, son.
No, you're lying. She's not even dead, you're lying! Jess!
As it does in real life, her death comes out of nowhere. There's no build-up, no real foreshadowing. She's there 1 minute and gone the next. It's a devastating way for a child to learn how harsh the world can be.
She brought you something special when she came here, didn't she? That's what you hold on to. That's how you keep her alive.
Number 6, Chris Chambers, Stand By Me.
I was 12 going on 13 the first time I saw a dead human being.
Gordy LaChance narrates this tale of the summer he and his 3 friends went on an adventure to see a dead body, based on a comparatively lighthearted story by Stephen King. Stand By Me ends with Gordy meditating on the whereabouts of his 3 friends.
As time went on, we saw less and less of Teddy and Vern, until eventually they became just 2 more faces in the halls. It happens sometimes. Friends come in and out of your life like busboys in a restaurant.
It's equal parts sad, nostalgic, and hauntingly realistic. Gordy saves the final gut punch for last. His best friend, Chris, was stabbed to death in a restaurant the week prior to writing their story. If that weren't enough, actor River Phoenix dissolves from the frame like a fading memory as Gordy tells us his fate.
I'll see you. Not if I see you first.
Number 5, T'Challa, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Your brother is with the ancestors.
Early in this MCU sequel, T'Challa, also known as the Black Panther, dies from an unnamed illness. Despite the joyous and celebratory funeral procession, his sister, Shuri, breaks down in grief as Wakanda's savior is laid to rest. Not only is it a solemn end for a heroic character, it also serves as an on-screen tribute to T'Challa's actor.
If I sit and think about my brother for too long, it won't be these clothes I'll burn. It'll be the world. Everyone in it.
The legendary Chadwick Boseman passed away in 2020 after a long and private battle with cancer. The sequel was rewritten as a result, and the scene served as a way for fans to say goodbye to Boseman and the superhero he played.
Mbelikanga bawetu senza umbulelo ingesipho sekumkani yetu uT'Challa.
Number 4, Thomas J. Sennett, My Girl.
He was allergic to bees.
He's okay, isn't he?
There were just too many of them.
This coming-of-age classic about Veda, a morbid and precocious mortician's daughter who is fascinated by death, has one of the most tear-jerking funeral scenes of all time. Her only friend is Thomas J., a nerdy outcast played by a post-Home Alone Macaulay Culkin.
What'd you think of me? For what? What if you don't get to marry Mr. Bixler? I guess.
Late in the movie, Thomas J. is stung by bees and dies of an allergic reaction. The last we see of him is the bees swarming and his glasses falling to the ground. The scene where Veda finds out, and her subsequent breakdown beside his casket, make for an on-screen death that really stays with you.
You wanna go tree climbing, Thomas J? His face hurts. And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses.
Number 3, Tracy Mills, 7.
Do you hear me, Detective? I'm trying to tell you how much I admire you. And your pretty wife.
What?
Tracy.
The sociopathic serial killer at the center of this morose neo-noir has patterned his murders off of the 7 deadly sins. After turning himself in, the suspect leads Detective Mills and Somerset to a spot in the desert where a mysterious box is delivered. We never see its contents, but the killer implies it is the severed head of Mills's wife.
I tried to play husband. I tried to taste the life of a simple man.
Run away!
It didn't work out. So, I took a souvenir.
The revelation is too much for Mills. He completes John Doe's master plan by embodying rage and shooting the envious killer dead in retaliation. It's one of those plot twists that's made all the more horrifying by leaving it up to our imagination.
You tell me that's not true. That's not true.
Become vengeance, David.
Nah, she's all right. You tell me.
Become wrath.
Tell me she's all right!
You made her a suspect, David.
No!
Number 2, Rosie Betler, Jojo Rabbit.
Life is a gift. We must celebrate it. We have to dance to show God we are grateful to be alive.
Taika Waititi's heartbreaking dark comedy tells the story of Jojo Betler, a young German boy living in Germany during the Third Reich. His mother, Rosie, is revealed to be working with anti-Nazi political groups to undermine Hitler's poisonous influence.
They'll never win. That's the power you have. As long as there's someone alive somewhere, then they lose. They didn't get you yesterday or today, you make tomorrow the same.
However, she pays the price for her betrayal of the state. Jojo finds her hanged in the street alongside several other traitors. As Jojo is our point of view character, we experience it from his perspective. The camera remains at Jojo's height, never letting us see her entirely. We only know her from her distinctive shoes.
She didn't want to tell you anything for obvious reasons. Because she hated me. Because I'm a Nazi. I'm the enemy. She didn't want you to know anything that could get you in trouble. But now I have nothing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Guido Orich, Life is Beautiful.
Giosuè, bravo, dormi, vai, fai un bel sogno, vai. Forse è tutto un sogno per davvero.
Writer, director, and star Roberto Benigni headlines this World War II film about a Jewish bookshop proprietor named Guido who ends up in a concentration camp with his young son. Guido finds new and inventive ways of fooling his son into believing the camp is an elaborate game.
1. Quelli che si mettono a piangere. 2. Quelli che vogliono vedere la mamma. 3. Quelli che hanno fame e vogliono la merendina. Scordatevela!
Even as Guido is led to his death by soldiers, he winks at his son, keeping up the ruse that their time in the camp is not at all what it seems. His son, of course, has no idea that this is the last time he'll see his father, who sacrificed so much to shield him from the horrors of their imprisonment.
Senti, Josuè, se io ritardassi di parecchio, tu non ti muovere, non uscire. Tu devi uscire. Dammi a sentire, devi uscire soltanto quando c'è silenzio assoluto e non vedi più nessuno, per sicurezza.
Which off-screen death haunted you the most? Tell us in the comments.
You don't have to do this.
People always say the same thing.
What did I say?
They say you don't have to do this.
Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.